Listen, before we get into this first topic, hit that like button, notification bell, cop the merch, man, Dailyrapupcrew.co. Join the membership and listen to the oh yeah, I got the hoodie on my
All
fault.
right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the hoodie too. You know, it's hoodie season. Yeah, I gotta get the hoodies, man.
that time.
Make sure y'all listen to the podcast audio every Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. Let me get to this first topic, right? Are men sacrificing their happiness in modern relationships? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, can you elaborate modern relationships?
Like currently in today's society, do you feel like more men are sacrificing their happiness within relationships?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Well, a lot of men are focused on being with one woman as of right now. And when they get a relationship, they want to be dedicated to that relationship. So I honestly believe that men are in modern relationships because they're staying in relationships that probably might not be fit for them,
Mm,
but they're trying to stay because they basically have a responsibility.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. What's your thoughts?
Well, basically, some men, I think they sacrifice the modern relationship because, some women, it's kind of like, to me, I think today's society, women are a little difficult. Not all women, but some of us are a
Okay.
little extra, a little needy, a little conniving, some vindictive. We could be a little handful, not all of us, but some of us a handful. And I feel like men take on a lot dealing with us women, with our emotions and stuff like that. So I think it's a big sacrifice with just dealing with us, period, because a lot of our attitude and stuff like that, which I think we should adjust it, but it's a lot for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. What's your thoughts?
Actually, my answer is different. I'm saying no. I don't think that men are sacrificing too much in relationships because I don't think that too many people are actually entering in relationships. So that's my thing. I think that men are realizing certain things, that they require certain things, and that they have a certain value. And so they're saying to the women, yes, what do you bring to the table? What can you add to help build me as a king? So I don't think that men are really saying no. They're actually realizing their worth, realizing certain potentials they have, and saying, no, I should get what's deserving for me as a woman that I deserve. So yeah.
Okay, I like that. Flash, what's your thoughts on this?
I actually agree with her. I was actually going to say no myself because I feel like as a king myself, I know what I want. I'm a very high value man. I know what I deserve and what I bring to the table, and vice versa. I should know who I'm getting into, a relationship with, especially if I plan to go long term. I'm supposed to know exactly who I'm with, not just what it looks like on the outside. You gotta get her in here first before you get anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I say no.
Ace.
I would agree with y'all, but I don't think that's a majority of relationships. I think, like you say, you're a high value man, but you gotta think about for the regular men that's out there. You know what I mean? They can't make these same demands that you making for their woman. You know what I mean? So I think since the beginning of the time, man has been sacrificing their happiness. It's always been happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? If you ask like an old dude in a long marriage, right? How y'all get to here? I'll shut up and do whatever she say. Like, you know what I mean? That's how it's always been. So I think like you said, men are starting to realize it now because, in spaces like this, we get to express ourselves and stuff like that. But I still think it's a struggle, you know what I mean, for the average man, for sure.
Damn, I gotta stop letting you go answer before me, man. Because this nigga take my answer, man. God damn, but yeah, I do agree. I think not all, but I think men have got accustomed to having to be that provider and leader, and sometimes that comes with having to sacrifice your happiness or sacrifice your quality time, which is significant other, with your kids. We tell men that they have to go and be productive, and sometimes that can look like a man working 80, 90 hours a week because he feels like he has to provide for his family. Within that dynamic, he's missing the quality time with his kids. Like, you know what I mean? Now I don't get to see daddy like that. He comes home, he's tired. Like, you know what I mean? So I think, we're sometimes men can be so focused on, living up to these traditional gender norms that we do sacrifice the happiness because honestly, anytime a man expresses himself as far as his dissatisfaction in a relationship, we get hit with this nigga sassy. He not like our grandfathers. We not X, Y, and Z. So now men feel like, damn, I can't even express my unhappiness within a relationship because it's like, nobody's gonna take me seriously. I'm not saying that's with every relationship or every man, but I think that's what we have been accustomed to. Like, and like Keem said, the whole concept of happy wife, happy life. You know, when a woman is upset in a relationship, it's like a man, it's something a man did wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Even when some women cheat, it's often looked at, well, well, her needs wasn't being met in a relationship. We want to give men that same grace. So you get what I'm saying? So, I think some men are sacrificing that happiness. But like you said, and Flash said, I think men are starting to realize that they have more value in a relationship outside of just, being loved for the money that they have or what material possessions they can offer them, things of that nature. So now I think you're starting to hear more men be vocal about their happiness in a relationship. And then, a lot of times we have women, men are sassy. They want flowers in a relationship. And I don't think no men ever say, yeah, I want flowers. I think men are saying that we want reciprocation. And that looks like, oh, well, he must want flowers. It's like, no, like if I'm doing for you, then I expect to be having something done for me in the same, and don't got to be flowers. Like, you know what I mean? But
I mean, what's wrong with a man having flowers? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
that.
But do y'all think that's the reason that there's less relationships now? Because now women are like, nah, they asking for too much.
I think that it's off kilter. I think that a lot of young women are disillusioned about what they think they should have based on social media, based on a lot of people. They're not even in that. People are looking at other people that they're not even in their tax bracket. So how are you going to compare somebody that you don't even know? You can't afford the same things they can afford, but you want that same feeling. And it's like, no, you would, if Tyrone is a broker, you're going to give him attention. But if Tyrone was the same person, but serving fries, you're not going to pay him. Why? He's the same person. And that's what we need to value more of, what is in a person than what they wear and what's on the outside. And right now people are disillusioned by what they see.
Yeah.
What she's saying is, I feel like because of the social media aspect of it, I feel like the standard for what a man should be and should provide for a relationship is so like brainwashed, and it's so like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like not realistic, you know what I mean? They want these men to come in with a house, a car, no kids, high income, dress a certain way, smell a certain way. Like, don't get me wrong, you can have your preference. Preference is one thing, but like when you try to take these illogical fairy tale preferences and turn it into like a person, you're kind of now like misleading your own self and living in a delusion that you're ultimately going to set yourself up for a failure or disappointment, because now you're expecting something that you can't really get from someone or anyone unless it's actually that type of person.
You can't even provide it for yourself. That's the main thing that I got.
It's two things. When we talk about being delusional, it's two things I associate with women when it comes to delusion that I see every day, right? A lot of women don't think that they're ugly, right? And a lot of women don't think that they're broke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they will associate everything. They understand what a broke man is, but they wouldn't use those same categories or like qualities and associate with themselves, and they wouldn't look at themselves like they broke. They just feel like they dating. I heard somebody say this online. They say, women don't feel like they broke. They just feel like they dating the wrong man. Like, and I'm just like, yo, that's a fact, because I know, I'm not saying all women, obviously, but I know women that are not financially well themselves, but they would never look in the mirror and call themselves broke. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo. And then the ugly thing is like realistic. Like, not everybody fits a certain beauty standard. And I get you can have confidence in yourself. I'm not saying you got to be ugly. Like, damn, I'm an ugly motherfucker. But at some point, everybody can't be a 10. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody can't be a 10. Just like everybody can't be a boss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks they're going to be a boss. What about the workers? Like, we need workers too. Like, you get what I'm saying? So not everybody can be bosses. And I feel like, I think with women, sometimes they could be a little bit delusional when it comes to that. Like, there's some men like that. But for the most part, men understand like where they fall within the looks category.
Nigga know when he ugly.
Yeah, like,
sure.
nigga know like,
I think some men give that woman confidence. Like,
that's
men
fair.
tell them, "Oh, you look good." You know, she look like a 4 or 3.
Yeah, that
Guys
is fair.
give them-
Men don't do that. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
That's fair.
So yeah, men do help
Yeah,
help
they
it.
boost it
But
up
I'm
and make
also
them
going
look
to
bad.
say is that there's a lot of we're trying to fix that narrative, but there's still a lot of competition against women, amongst each other. So, for you have to build your confidence up, because the next female is saying whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't point to you.
No.
I love you, but
You're my girl.
yeah, of course. But there's competition, between females, and sometimes we have to do a little more rah to big ourselves up, because we're looking at the next female, which we really shouldn't. We should always be looking, focusing on ourselves. Everybody should be focusing on themselves. But, at the end of the day, a person wants to feel good. So they be like, oh, yes, I'm the hottest chick. I'm the baddest. And it's like, you all right.
You the
I'm not
baddest
like
in the
that.
room
I'm
until the
more of a
baddest in the room walk
girls.
in.
Yeah.
I'm never that type of person to look at
Yeah.
another female. I'm always
Yeah.
bigging
Right.
up a female.
True
You check
that.
my Instagram, I'm always posting the females, shouting them out,
Mhm.
giving them grace and love. So it depends on that female. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't that type of
But Vanity is a
person.
Yeah,
lover.
I
I'm a
totally
lover.
agree.
But
Yeah,
just,
she is.
I like
just like you said
everybody.
about how men do feed
Right.
into the ego of women,
They do,
women also
definitely.
feed into the ego of women. Because I ain't never heard a woman call another woman ugly either. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and y'all know, you know what I mean? So many
Depends on the cloud.
First of all, you
Cloud.
should.
unless they beefing, then yeah, now you.
Yeah, but if you don't have
Right.
anything nice to say, then you say nothing at all. So I'm not
That's
going to give
true.
you a compliment. I'm just going to be like, hi.
Man,
Right.
we done sat here and heard.
That's true.
I'm not going to give you a compliment. I'm just going to
That's
say,
true.
hi, nice to meet you. But if you actually have, girl, that back, those
Yeah,
lashes are fierce. That hair, girl, you are doing the damn thing. But yeah, if it's not true, you just be silent.
Yeah, take notes, y'all.
Exactly.
Just keep walking, huh?
That's true.
Take
That's
notes.
true.
Oh, you
You
just
can't
want
hype
to say
everybody up
I
because
said
they're
you-
gonna be big-headed.
Yeah.
So
I said
yeah.
we done sat here and heard women like talking to their friends. You're like, girl, you were so pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you looking like,
I'm like, what?
all right.
Where? What part of
All right.
that?
Like,
you like,
yo,
is you
okay.
right?
all
Like,
right, all right.
Yeah.